Good morning. Day 2. So I made it through the night. I slept with both watches. It is now 6:50 in the morning, if you can read that. This one is more comfortable to sleep with than this one for sure. And I found a little bug with this one. So just laying here through the night in bed, as most people do, just laying down. And every time I moved, this bright light came on. It doesn't automatically turn off when the do not disturb is. You can see how bright that is during the night. Whereas the Garmin was smart enough to disable all that in do not disturb mode, which you can have for 12 hours. It's customizable. Hello again, and welcome to day 2. Oh yeah, we already did the intro, but yeah, now I'm in the studio and it's the afternoon. It's officially been 24 hours and change wearing both watches. You'll notice there's a few distractions on my wrist. Those are not part of the video, but I just want to be honest with you that even though I'm focusing on two, sometimes I revert and I wear more than watch. But I've done some science, done some reading, and they don't interfere with the study, because they're not transmitting things into my body, they're just pulling stuff out, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so we can take these off. So last night went well. To be honest, I really didn't like sleeping with the Casio. Backlight kept popping on and off. I found that to be really, really annoying. I don't understand why the do not disturb mode doesn't work. And then I was trying something else just now where I put my OnePlus phone into do not disturb mode, and this thing was still beeping at me. So it was almost ignoring the do not disturb from the phone. That didn't make sense. So this is the OnePlus 9 Pro Hasselblad that I picked up last year, and I have that through both. So Garmin tracked my sleep. I'll show you that, and we'll do a summary of yesterday. Someone asked this in the comments in their video, Remarkable 2 tablet. This is the summary of day 1, 4,891 steps by Casio, 5,000 and change by Garmin. Calories way off, and that's because I was wearing another Garmin, this one, the Vivo Move, so that kind of threw the step count and calories off. But heart rate, really strange, really high by Casio, and it picked up 142 beats per minute while I was on the row machine, whereas Garmin only detected 127. The lowest heart rate's a little different. Garmin doesn't really show you the lowest, but Garmin has the average resting HR. And I'll show you that. Give my screen a rest. Give my wrist a rest. So we have time, distance. It didn't fully start the workout. I mean, I started it, and then because it was trying to do GPS, that threw it off quite a bit. So there's the distance, which was only under a mile. It said time was 4:47. That doesn't quite make sense. It did minimum heart rate, average, aerobic versus anaerobic. Here it is. Updated 121, VO2 max 41. Okay. And then it needs more data. It says right there, not enough data. These are all the stats that I just told you about. And then the average HR has calories, steps, and whatnot. Garmin, I'll just be honest, some people find it confusing, a little convoluted, but you find your way around after a while and it becomes easy to navigate. So there's the steps, and I can click on that and it takes me to today's steps till it shows me that I'm twice the daily goal. Here's yesterday's steps, daily timeline, and then as far as the heart rate, you can just hold your finger down on this graph. You can see in detail what was going on with your heart, and you can quickly do 7-day and all that fun stuff. And then here's the sleep that it tracked: 6 hours and 13 minutes, 2 hours of deep sleep, REM awake. I don't have PulseOx turned on because the Casio doesn't detect PulseOx. You probably have realized this. Yes, this watch is bigger, but it's also heavier, so it moves around more on your wrist, whereas the Garmin, not only is it smaller, it's also lighter, and that band is really grippy. Okay, quick little update on battery life. Garmin is going strong, 26 days. This morning it was at 98%. Now it's at 97. Casio is at 1 bar 6, so that's what, roughly 15%, so it's around 85-ish. Okay, just out for a drive, and I noticed something unique about these watches. This one knows it's not being worn and has turned off the heart rate sensor, whereas Casio just keeps on trying to detect my heart rate. Should have just paused by now. And this has been going on for the last 5 miles. All right, that's better. Now we're outdoors and I can show you an outdoor test and kind of explain the solar functionality that they have. So this is the Casio, and you can see that gray matter, that gray part of the screen on the outer, and that is the solar panel. So right now it's charging. It is minus 2 bars. And the fun thing on Garmin, when you're outdoors charging it, it shows you the solar indicator, which is really cool. Right there, that's the solar input. If I scroll down, oh, there we go. Solar intensity in the top right widget, that's full power. So right now it's charging at full power, and then it has a graph, and then there's even more details online. Outside walking the dog. Heart rate 96. Yeah, that seems about right. 158, and it's snug. Just a bit ago, it was at 171, 160. It's not dropping. I'm standing still. What do you think, puppy? Broken? 96. Very disappointing. Let's see if the pace updates. GPS is working, so that's good. Now I did contact support about that error with the heart rate irregularities, and they said send it back. I'm like, well, they'll just come out with an update. That was over 4 months ago. So it looks like I'm gonna have to send this one back because look what the heart rate's doing right now. Whoop, slow down, puppy. 175. Garmin, 108. Here's another fun difference. On the Casio, you have your ascent, my heart rate, time, but where's my altitude? Whereas you can clearly see your altitude and an altitude graph on the Garmin. The other thing that you cannot do on the Casio is once you're in a workout, you're in a work. With many Garmin devices, I can exit the workout, read a missed text message. Hey, are you cold yet? Should we go home? Almost sunset here in Utah County. Visibility, still great. Still great. And the end of day 2. Good day. Went on the walk. Went ice skating. You know, ice skating was probably the best part. The only thing that was bad about ice skating were there are a lot of people, and you can probably see that in the footage that you're viewing right now. But the best part of ice skating was holding my daughter's hand. You know, one day, you know, the princesses, they grow up and they might not want to hold your hand. So you gotta hold on to those moments while you have them. The watches did well. One thing that did not do well is battery life for the Casio. It is almost 23:30 or 11:30 p.m. for those of you who don't do military time, so it is past my bedtime. Lots of steps today, 2 workouts if you include walking and ice skating. Ice skating is a pretty good workout. And my friend today was Kroger ibuprofen. Really sore from the rowing machine last night. I have not used those 14 muscle groups all at once, but not like too sore, just kind of, you know, tight, like you did 100 sit-ups. Contestant number 1. You know, it was comfortable for the most part, wearing it all day. There's some girth, but you know, you still can take your sleeve on and off and it doesn't catch too much. Now a dress shirt, well, we'll find out tomorrow. Had some issues with this. About an hour ago, I came home and the phone was just wigging out with all these notifications because it came back online, and the watch was getting all this information. I put it into do not disturb mode. Easy enough. It didn't work. I had to go into the settings of the Casio, and then I had to scroll down. I had to go to beep and I had to turn off the beeping. It was just going crazy. And then I also did notification all off because there's not a do not disturb option or a sleep mode. The communication between the phone should be a little more clean. This one was buzzing maybe 15%. It was stuck on this one app called Surfshark. The watch kept on telling me that Surfshark was connected. It was really annoying. I really wish that this had an easier do not disturb option, such as the Garmin. The Garmin, you just go to your control wheel, you go to the moon, boom, do not disturb. This one doesn't have that feature and it really needs it. And then you also saw earlier in today's video how I kept on getting the spikes. Well, look what happened inside the app. It's really strange because it is full recovery in 92 hours. Avoid strenuous activities. So what was strenuous about ice skating? Full recovery, maximum, full heart rate, minimum 75, average 75, max 75. So here's the walk from earlier. We have the distance, 2.06, average energy consumption, max elevation, average heart rate, 172, max 220, minimum 84. Wow, is that off? Overreaching VO2 max, 5 minutes above 199 while walking. Well, Garmin didn't share any of that. But Garmin is not perfect. I tracked both of these watches while I was ice skating. And you can see the ice skating one right here. I did me at the Provo Ice Arena. Said that I burned that many calories. The Casio had a hard time because there's no indoor workout. And boy, talk about a missed opportunity. I know a lot of runners that do more than just running outdoors. So you can't do a treadmill run with this $450 watch. Where's my walk? So now if we drill down to Garmin and go into history, activities, this is the 2-hour ice skating activity. And then we scroll down and there's the 51-minute walk. So it's on the watch, but it won't synchronize to my phone. It's just not there. I mean, here's the detail. It says today, there's the distance, there's the time, average heart rate. So 97, completely bogus on what Casio was reading. Ascent, descent, it was a pretty flat walk. So there you go. So there's the heart rate info on Garmin, and here's the heart rate info from Casio. Oh no, this is cool. In the workout, if you hold your finger down, you can actually see the stats, and my heart rate's at 180, 170. Wow. Yeah, I trust Garmin, and then I even checked the heart rate stats from Aura, and it corresponds with Garmin. So the idea that both Garmin and Aura are wrong and Casio is right when it comes to heart rate? I don't think so. Casio started out with 5 bars, so we're guessing that it was maybe around 85%, and now it's down to 2. So 15 plus 15, it's about 30%. I'm not going to wear it to bed because it's not that comfortable, but I will wear this to bed. And started the day with 98% battery, 26 days. It fell to 84%, so it only went down about, what was that, 12%? That's pretty good. And we lost 2 days of battery life. But let me show you this cool thing. I was outdoors today, as you saw in the earlier footage. If I scroll down, solar intensity, it doesn't show anything there because it's past the 6-hour mark. But if I open up the app and then you want to click on your watch, solar intensity, there's the solar intensity that I got today. It maps it out and shows you what the highest peaks were. Isn't that cool? I think that's pretty cool. Casio does not do that, so another slight difference. Yeah, this is going to eat the battery. So see how it says 23 days, 27 flights of stairs. Go to the settings, and then you scroll on down to activity tracking. Move alerts on, goal alerts on. Oh, not during activity, that's wrong. I want goal alerts on all the time. Move IQ is off, that kind of zaps the battery. Sleep Pulso X. Okay, now watch. Got the red light going on, and watch what happens to battery life. It was just 23 days, and now it's down to 10. Yeah, that blood oxygen at night zaps the battery. C'est la vie. And that is one other difference between the two watches. This does not have SpO2 blood oxygen. And that's it. Thanks for watching. That pretty much summarizes up day 2. Again, any questions or if there's something you want me to test, let me know. Just type it in the comments below. Pithy comments, please, or humorous. And that's it. It was a good day with 2 watches. I wish I could have just only worn 2. In addition to the 2 watches, I wore my Oura Ring 3 and my Oura Ring 2, which is going on that will be a year study. But yeah, it's time for bed. Thank you for your support. I want to do this because my son really likes it. So this is for you, TPK. This is the Instinct Solar by Garmin. And this is the GSHOCK Move Series GBD H1000, that's a mouthful, by Casio. Love you, Paramount Kid.